Okay. Time to find some firmwares. Just gonna start up with configuring the board, since the board just came in. Let's go search. What am I doing? How's this gonna work? Let me make a new window and find something. Pop this over here. Then I'm gonna add a new window to the scene. Window, Chrome, Discord. Move it down. As link, GitHub. And then let's just look for someone that's posted some firmware. Why is my bitrate so low? I don't get it. Why am I dropping so many frames? Oh well, anyway. And then it magically got better. Okay, let's find this one. I think I'll start with Gixxer Fast basic firmware. I'll start off with that, and I'll update it and modify it to make it my own. So we'll just bring my putty window back. And I pulled out a USB-C cable. And I need a micro SD card. I was pretty sure I had a spare somewhere. Here we go. I have another 16 gig micro SD. Put that out. I got my Big Dipper today. It's in the bag still. And it comes with, it doesn't come with much. It just comes with 7 heat sinks for the drivers. And it comes with a ribbon cable for Raspberry Pi SBC mode, which I am totally not going to use. And it comes with an external antenna to plug into the Wi-Fi module. And there's nothing else in the box, no connectors, nothing of the sort. So I guess they assume that you're going to have all the connectors yourself already. So I'll pull the board out. Open up this SD card. These cups out of the way before I drop them and break them. Drop the micro SD card in, and then I'm just gonna power it up. Plug the board in. Plug in USB. TTY ACM 0. Okay, so it's probably going to be TTY ACM 0. So it's going to be Minicom-D 0. Probably 115.200. And what other options do I want to have? I always forget. I want like echo, line wrap, but that's fine. Oops, I don't want that. M115 came with 3.0 beta 5. That's fine. Beta 5 is fine. I'm gonna quit out of this for now. And actually, I wanted to take a look at the, is this the reset button? I assume it must be. I think they said if you tap it twice, you get into bootloader mode. So let me try that. Yep, there we go. We have this Media Pi Duet boot. Hey, where'd it go? I guess it just waits, huh? Let's try that again. Huh. Now I'm confused. Why does it have this UF2 bootloader? Okay, let's pop up the Facetsi GitHub. I thought they had a mode that you can just like browse the SD card directly. Oh yeah, speaking of, what the heck does that mean? I'm gonna unplug it real quick. What is that jumper supposed to do? 5 volt select? What the hell is the difference? Let's ask the Discord if anybody knows. 5V and 5V select on the Big Dipper 4. Thirsty, some water. Let's see, Big Dipper. Just want to know what the heck is that supposed to be? Ah, is this something in the, did this come over from the original Mini 5? Let's see. Source of optional external 5 volt input. Note 2 below. Note 2. 5 volts can come from multiple inputs, USB, external, or SBC, as well as internal regulator. Alright, let's go to this page. Can be set to one of these sources, onboard 5 volts. I have no idea what that means. Go to okay, I see. So the Mini 5 Plus has a UF2 image, and that's why the double click is there. I thought that was double click would let me talk to the SD card directly. So, I forget what the provisioning is for DWC. Let me see. It was an M587. I'll just plug it back in. Get back to the terminal and we will try to set the Wi-Fi. M587. Was that right? Okay. Wi-Fi is disabled. That is gonna be fine. So I'm gonna turn Wi-Fi on. Or not turn Wi-Fi on yet. M587. And it really doesn't matter. You guys see my password because you're not going to use my Wi-Fi anyway. What are the instructions for provisioning? M55. I keep typoing on this keyboard today. S1. Okay. 2 6 8 9 96. All right, so stuff isn't in the SD card yet. I think I have an SD card reader here somewhere. Okay, plug this into my Pi. I'll just reboot. Pull it out. When I just copy it over for now. Of course, I have nothing in here. So let's go to actually at the same time, I'm going to go to my router. Take a look at status, wireless. What was my client? Crap. LAN. It was .96. Grab the MAC address. Go to services. And I will add. I copied it. Damn it. Status. LAN. .96 was this guy. Copy. Services. Paste it in. What am I going to name my printer? What should I name my printer? Well, put in the IP address I want to reserve for it. I'll give it 33 nid. 192, 168, 9, 33 for 1440 minutes, which is a day. And I'm going to call it what should I call this guy? Voron is so boring. So, I'll call it Raven. Sure. Corby is fun, but I'll go Raven. That's different enough. Okay. Save. Apply. And back to this guy. I'm going... What is going on with my connection today? So weird. Okay, find menu and sys. All right. And I need to grab the what's it called? The web firmware. And the card. I just UMAT it myself. Yes, seems to work. So I'm going to put the SD card back in. Boot up the so annoying this. Okay, so should be up. Is it because my Wi-Fi sucks because there is no network connection or no antenna? Let's try plugging this in. Let's grab the antenna. And let's just plug it in and see if it makes the connection better. So unplug it. The heck? Can't tell me that this pigtail's not compatible, is it? The hell? Why isn't it going in? All right, it's just kind of a hard connection to get in. Okay, let's power back up again. I am working on getting the new Big Dipper board running. It just actually arrived today, so I'm trying to get this up, at least so I can get to the web UI for it. And yeah, hi Jace. Yeah, so that board just came in, trying to get this going. Looks like... Let me just reload. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to need to... just create a new directory in here. And then I'll delete the directory. I'm just making it so that there's these directories that exist so that it won't give me these complaints anymore when I go through them. Filaments. Create a new ABS. Okay. Gonna go in and go ahead and edit most of these. I'm gonna take out the sleep because we don't need that. Or actually, don't need it yet. Direct connect display. We're not using it yet, but I'm just gonna leave it here for now. I'll plug it in just a little bit. I called this Raven. And let's see, drivers. I don't have a 121. 121 will be the tool board, so I don't have that. I'll comment that out for now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are the 7 drivers. I'm gonna have 0, 1, 2, and 3. M 5, 6, 9. P 0.2. S1. What is D? I don't remember what D is. Oops. Five, 6, 9. D is. Oh, I see. Should just be spread cycle for now. I'm not going to change anything there. Yeah, D2. Spread cycle is default, so I'm going to take out the explicit D2 in here. So I'm going to have 0, 1, 2, and 3 mapped to my Z drives. 4 and 6 are going to be the AB drives, and 6 will be the extruder driver. So ignore all this stuff that is in here. Drive mapping. So I was saying 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0.6. Microstepping XYZE 16. Steps per millimeter 80. 80 is 80, right? Probably. I don't know what it is for Afterburner, but I'll just leave it alone at 400 for now. Z 400 sounds about right. Actually, X and Y are 0.9 motors, so it's going to be 160 steps per millimeter. 160. And Jace, didn't you get your kit today? Did it come in today? Did you get a chance to open it? Motor currents. For the most part, I will probably want to be around 1200. Mostly because on 0.9 degree motors, when you want to drive higher speeds, you need to lower the current. Otherwise, you're going to have back EMF, and it's going to get in the way of, you're going to get a lot of skip steps if you try to go at higher speeds at high currents. What's next? We're going to have end stops. X. So how am I going to do this? I'm just going to call it board 0, and we're going to have pull up, pull up. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have, they're going to be both on IO port 1, but I will have the Y stop on the out pin. On the duet boards or the clones, you can use both the in and the out pins as inputs. It's just that the out pins don't have high level voltage protection. So you don't want to send more than a 3.3 volt signal to those. So that should be fine. No end stop for nil or for Z. Travel limits. You haven't opened it yet? Wow, how can you contain yourself? It's like, as soon as I got it, I was itching to open it so badly. The travel limits I'm going to have to update later. P7. 7 points for bed mesh is kind of high. It's going to be P5. So I'm going to have... Oops. I don't want to do that yet. Extra bed temp. I don't want extra bed temp. It's just going to be chamber temperature. Thermistor. I'm not sure what the heart keyboard has offhand. Yeah, it gets messy. Same thing. You know, when I took it out, I kind of just threw it on here. Luckily, nothing got lost. Okie dokie. That's 143. I don't have a second NH2. Hot end heater. It's going to be port 0. Temp 1. I'm going to put this on temp 2. It's going to be PT 1000. Oh. And it looks like you already did that. So I'm going to comment this out. Let me make sure. What did I have for my old duet configuration? Oops. Yes, that's where I want to go. Cube. I just called it nozzle. All right. So let's give it a name. Heater is out 1 T1. I'm not going to let any PID tuning. Temperature limit 300. Because I put a PT 1000 in there, it's good up to like 450. 300 should be perfectly safe. Let's make it 350. It's only 125 degree fuse, so I'm not limited at 115. Otherwise, it's a good chance it's gonna blow the thermal fuse. Let's see any other settings. Comment out the PID tuning. Don't care about this. Oh. Drop that out. Is it really 100K thermistor? What did the heart K thing do? GitHub. Chamber thermistor. 0805. Here it says 10K. 10K 3950. I think I'm gonna just put that as a setting for now. 10K 3950. Probe right now, there's no mag probe, so I'm just gonna be probe type. What type do I do for inductive probe? M558. Don't want to use stall. I think I'll just try P5 for now. What is P8? P8 unfiltered. Don't care. P8. Yeah, I'll adjust these later. So I think I'll just try setting P5. And how many I/O ports do I have on this board? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I/O ports. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 I/O ports total. Okay. So I guess I'm probably gonna try putting this on IO0. IO0 in. What did I say I was gonna do with the end stops? End stops are on IO1. Probe, I'm gonna put an IO0. I'll put the Z end stop on IO3 or IO2. Part cooling fan, it's going to be fan 0. Fan 1. So are you going to document all the stuff that you when you unboxed your kit tomorrow, Jace? Gonna video, you're gonna take pictures. See, tool fan. Ah, crap. Fan's labeled differently. Okay, so how's this labeled here? Fans. Fan should be 3 pins. Let's see. Temperature. 5, 6. Okay, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2 must be so. 0 must be bed. 1 must be E0. 2 must be that. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 and 6 are 2 pin. Yeah, it's alright. You don't have to stream. So fans, I'm going to put on 5 and 6. And they should be 24 volt. Where's my flashlight? Set to 12 by default, so I'm going to flip them over to 24 volts. So 5 and 6, 5 and 6, 5 and 6. So I'll put part cooling on fan out 5, hot end cooling on out 6. MCU fan I'm not going to set up right now. I don't have a Nevermore, so filter that guy out. Tool 0, no changes. What is 955? Accelerometer. I am not going to put that in yet, so I'm going to comment this out. I'm not going to tune input shaper, not going to set a pressure advance. Comment out this. Okay, I can start with this configuration for now. Save this. And I'll restart the main board. Okay, that part I think went pretty okay. So I think I'm probably gonna start putting some of the wiring together now. So first thing I'll do is I'm probably gonna try to identify out of these wires which ones are the I'm gonna turn off the browser. Where is it? Which one am I looking for? Browser is this one. Turn that off. I'll turn off that for now. And first thing I'll do is I think I'll recrimp the XY end stops into a single 5-pin connector. So when you do take the box out, you know, share how it looks. Definitely want to hear more about it. Want to hear more about the kit and what it has. I'm just disconnecting, depinning the old connector right now. Trying to depin this. Did I get it? Think so. Nope. Should put it in the screwdriver, make it easier. Or put it in the handle. Come on, get out. Try a bigger driver. This driver's such a pain. Okay, got that out. Take a quick look at the pinouts on the boards again. Take a look at their diagrams. No, I don't think that's what I want to look at. Oh, that's great. Worthless document, schematics. Zooming makes no difference. Okay, that was pretty worthless. Where's their pinout? Ah, it's so frustrating. Is it labeled on the back? Yes, it's labeled on the back of the board. So middle's ground. Okay. That's gonna be okay. I had to find config. Out 1. So in is X, out is Y. And according to the heart keyboard, no, I didn't want to look at the heart keyboard. I want to look at the micro switch. Was it this one? Yes, it was this one. So ground X, Y. So this one is ground and X. Actually, I also want to pull this out. and depin the unused wire in here. Because the micro switch board takes 5 volts for some reason, and it's not necessary. So I'm going to take that pin out of here. Okay, that's depinned. Pull this wire off. Okay, that one's out. Toss it to the side. I'll plug it back into the end stop board. And then I'm going to terminate this into a 5-pin connector. So this black goes in the middle. Alright, so X, I want to have X go on the in. So if I go this way, in is to this side. Okay, so I'll just put this in the slot. And then the other wire goes to Y. Here we go. And use this to push the pin up a little bit, the little retaining clip. Use a narrow one. The retaining clip got a little smushed down taking it out, so I'm just pushing it back up so we can have better retention on this. And I'll double check that I have this right by pulling out my multimeter. It's one lead. Where's my other lead? That's not a lead. Where's my little thin test clips? Okay, it would have been easier if I had 2 of them, but I'll make do with 1. So this one should be the Y end stop. Clip that on here. Clip that to here. And of course, if I touch this to this, it should beep. And so since this should be the Y side, come on, clip better. There, so this is the Y side. Yep, as expected. Same should be for the X. Okay. And stops work as expected. so this extra black is Y. And just to double check my connections, it did go to out. Yes, yes it did. Alright, that should be good. So I have the X end stop set up now, or X and Y end stop set up. Let's see, what should I go on to do next? That's right. Well, I guess I can grind the shaft for the Z end stop, but I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'm gonna double check what the probe definition for the inductive probe is supposed to be also. Let me take a look at the configuration again. What was the offsets I was setting here? M558 offset. I think I measured at 22 millimeters. I'm not going to apply new configuration yet. Let's see, what else do I need to do? Why is there only one tool? Double check the configuration. Hot end heater. Temp 1, I want to get rid of this. Temp 0, out 1. Drop all of these. Tool definition. P0, D0, H1. Yeah, there should be a tool 0. What happens if I T0 here? T0. Huh. Dashboard. Bed heater, heater 1. Why isn't that labeled right? Config. A. Okay, I didn't name this. I named it here. I named it nozzle. M308S1. What is the S1? M308. Oh, sensor number. Okay. I think I'll leave the rest alone for now. Okay, let's see, what else do I need to do here? I think I'm gonna clip off the zip ties holding the whole cable harness together. It's a really nice included cable harness, so I don't actually have to do any real wiring. I just need to route the wires, throw it in the cable chains, and like pretty much call it done. Oh, that's right. I wanted to look at what the probe definition for the inductive probe is. So RF PL, what is it? It's an 08N. M558. Should be NPN. Select mode P5. Invert. Okay. Straightforward enough. Go back to edit it one more time. System. Config. Z probe. Start it one more time, and I'm going to move over to doing some of the wiring now. Like that. Just thinking about how I want to approach doing this. I think I'm going to put the cable chain on. Well, no, I'm not going to put the cable chain on quite yet. I'm just going to route this wiring to the wiring harness, at least through this piece back here. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, through the little wiring loop over here. Huh. Use my camera. There we go. So I'm probably gonna just run some wiring through there. And connect these guys up. So time to clip these off. Clip off the excess ends of the zip ties. I think I can probably leave the cable itself zip tied. Interestingly, I think I'm not going to use this quite yet. I'm just going to run it through here because I think to use this, I need to decide on where exactly all the cables are going to run. So I'm just going to attach it for now, and then I'll eventually reroute and rewire later. So pretty much I just want to do this for like commissioning first. Just some verification of if stuff is wired correctly, get my configuration, my firmware configuration going. Flashlight. Tweezers. Get these stepper wires out of the way. should clip in, clip in, clip in. Interesting. Looks like it doesn't like clipping in while the cover's in place. So I gotta pull the cover off, clip it in, then I can put the cover back on. Next good question is, where do I put my 2.5 millimeter? Yep, if you don't keep an eye on your hex bits, they're going to walk off on you, and that's what this one just did. So I'll use this one for now. Get this out of the way. Clip the harness in. Alright, it's nicely connected. I can put the cover back on. Oh, and I forgot, I have to put the wiring harness through the cover first. Then I can clip it on. So off it goes again. Come on, off. It doesn't want to come off. It's clear, right? Yeah, it's cleared. Alright, just resort to using pliers. I hate doing this. Destroy my cables. Okay. Got that off. This back in. And then I can put the cover back on now. I got this in, I'm gonna test, at least check the wiring on the motor, on the e-motor, because at least going by colors, this is definitely wrong. So get my meter again. Yep, that's not right. So I got a D-pin and swap the motor leads around. So I just gotta swap the black and the red. So pull the black pin out, pull the red pin out, flip it around. Okay, black pin's out. Red pin's out, flip it around. All right, should be good there now. Now what pins do I have to hook up? Got the thermistor ground. Just thinking about how I want to connect everything up. I think the next thing I'm going to do now is actually I haven't connected up the fuse on my heater yet, on the bed heater. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to stick the magnetic pad on top of it. So let's put the frame down for a minute. Work on the bed a bit. So let's just get the bed in here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the leads on this and interpose the fuse. So I'll probably do this, snip here, use a butt connector, snip there, use another butt connector. Got my crimpers. Let me just review which one I had before. Let's see, wires. When I did my heater again, where is it? which connectors did I use? I just used spades. Okay, spade connectors it is. So I just gotta find the crimp terminals and crimp it in. Pretty sure I have some right here. Except I don't want it exposed. Crap. That is not good. Let me see if I can find some more. Just double check. Yeah, I had insulated terminals before. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. The problem is I think I've run out of insulated terminals. So I might have to make a run out to the hardware store to buy some tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a bunch of non-insulated terminals. I don't have insulated terminals. The other alternative is I can use Wagos. Yeah, I think that'll work. Ferrules. So I'll use ferrules and I'll use Wagos to connect these guys together. And for the most part, I'm probably going to be grounding my frame and the bed through the extrusions. So I might scrape off a tiny bit of anodization so that there can be some connectivity. I tested actually, I think I did test the bed mount screws, and I tested them for conductance through to the DIN rails underneath, and there was connectivity. So I can pretty much say that the bed is grounded by virtue of doing that, of just connecting it to the frame. So got this, got that. Pull this bit off. Pull this bit off. What size am I going to use? It looks pretty thin. I think this size might just work. Maybe not. Next size up. Go with the whites. Yeah, it goes on more than easily enough. Strip off a tiny bit more for a better contact. So this is a 20 gauge. Interesting. Cut that off. Get a tiny bit more. A little bit more. should be good. Let me just double check I can't use a smaller connector. Yeah, it doesn't want to go in. Okay, this size connector it is. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to measure and then strip off the other end so I can crimp it also. I think I want about roughly this much. Yeah. Yep, spot on. Where'd my connector go? Oh, there it is. So do you have all your tools ready to go, Jace? Do you have like all your crimpers, all your wire strippers, all the connectors that you might need? That one's good. Let's get the next one. That should be good. Connect this one in. Connect the other one in. And then I'm just going to snip this one at roughly this length. Feed it in. Yeah, that should be fine. Snip it at this length right here. What's missing? Okay, I think I can probably use the same size connector, or I have one here. Crimp this at about here. Yeah, that should be the right amount. Strip a tiny bit more. A corner connector, like the corner cube for the extrusion, or like the thumb screw. I guess it must be for the extrusion, right? Right, crimp this guy. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, that's not too bad. Hopefully, do you have any spares anywhere you could use? Or do you have to like contact Formbot and have them send you a new one? It's not New Year's quite yet. Well, I mean, New Year's is like the 3rd of February, so they shouldn't be on holiday yet. I mean, it's gonna be a little slow, but it shouldn't be dead. Yeah, I think you might have to give in and order something from like Deep Fried Hero or something. Okay, these are screw terminals. One thing is, I don't think there is anywhere in the... I need to make something for the skirt so I can shove the antenna through. Ah, shopping there, huh? Yep. Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this. This is cut and connected. It's gone through the thermal fuse. I think I will just cut this so it's even, and then I'm gonna keep this little piece just in case I need something. I'm gonna put this into another ferrule, 2 of them. Yeah, so if you're in Central Time Zone, are you in Texas also, or are you in another state? That's good. Let's get this one cut also. Tennessee, okay. Yeah, I've never been to Tennessee. Haven't been to many states at all, actually. Just pretty much whatever is kind of close by, so... Where have we gone? Not sure. I think like New York is the most we ventured out of California. And I only went to New York because of work. How do you like Tennessee? That's nice. It's a lot of travel. Okay, I think this should be pretty good. Let's see, what do I want to run next? I want to let's put the magnet onto the bed. So stick the magnet sheet on. get a little bit of this to wipe it down. Is my heater on? I gotta turn off my heater. It's too hot in here now. Yeah, the weather here is it's on and off, but here in California, we get no rain. It's pretty mild, not very cold. It's very dry. Mornings are kind of coldish. It's like mornings are in the 40s, but after that it's been like mid 60s lately. So weather's been pretty great. But because we get no rain, we're like in a constant state of drought. I'm in Silicon Valley, so it's called Northern California. It's interesting how they call it Northern California, but if you look at it on a map, it's like it's not really in the north of California. But I guess if it's north of SoCal, it's pretty much going to be Northern California. Wow, how's there so much crap on here? It's like really black. Okay, good enough. Yeah, I come down to LA on occasion, maybe like once a year or something. Mostly to go to the Asian parts. I like to go there for like, the cheap eats and stuff. Okay, it's gonna sit like this. Alright. So not entirely edge to edge, but that's good enough. Get it lined up exactly how I wanted. Actually, why don't I use, well, can I get this off still? Will it come off? Clean, clean, clean. Yes, get off cleanly. So I'm gonna use my 310 millimeter sheets. I have a bunch of those that I'm never gonna use. And what that means is I'll just trim off the excess after I put it on, and then that way I don't have to worry about like lining it up super precisely. I'll just throw it on something and flip it over. I'll trim it off, and then it should look like super flush. So I'll just save this for something else. Yeah, I have a bunch of other beds, and because I have like 310, it's gonna be like pretty nice. Should work out really well. So I'll put that on there. There we go. And that should be pretty perfect. So this way, if I do this, I can definitely get it edge to edge for sure. No guesswork. I'll just trim off the excess. And then cut out the little mounting holes. Go. Sticks pretty well. So I'm gonna flip it over now and then cut off the excess. Push it down, make sure it sticks well. Use this box as a cutting mat. Get through on one pass. Let's just do one more. All right, got that side cut off. why isn't it coming off? Okay, one more pass. All right. Let's get this side. Pass. Yeah, I need to look for my X-Acto blades and replace these. All my knives are so old now. It's like they don't cut half the time. Alright, last side. Then I'll trim out the mounting holes. Let's trim out the mounting holes. Oh man, just made it a little ugly. That's fine. Since there's going to be a plate that goes on top of this anyway, it doesn't really matter how good this looks. It's just a little annoying, that's all. down here, make it a little easier. Another gouge. Yeah, generally I don't know any better, but I was born and raised in California in this area, so to me it's kind of natural to me, and that's why I don't know. Everyone says it's really nice, so I just say okay, it's really nice, and I haven't really wanted to try living anywhere else. Only thing I don't like about California is that it's way too progressive. Yeah, it's gotten a lot more expensive since then. Since like way back when. A lot of people say that San Diego is like the perfect place to live. You got like the beaches, the oceans, good weather. Housing is relatively more affordable than anywhere else in California. And it's like all sorts of good stuff there. Going down to Mexico is nice and easy. Just a short trip down, an hour down the... Not even an hour to get to the border. Yeah, California housing is nuts. Just plain nuts. Yeah, I'm fortunate to have like bought my house before like the prices went really nuts. Let's get some more music. Let's try another knife handle. I think my other blade might be a little sharper. All right, that's pretty good now. All right, so it basically looks like that. Slight nicks in there, but as long as it's not big enough to impart any bumps onto the bed, it's fine. I think I just try to run it down a little to try to deburr it, kind of. Take out any burrs, take out any sharp bits hanging out. Get it nice and smooth. All right, that should be great. Yeah, the bed sheet just pops on. It's interesting. What's the size of the sheet versus the size of the bed? Why is this smaller? Interesting. So the bed is actually 305 millimeters. Okay, that's gonna be interesting because I want a little bit of off-bed space, right? Because I think the total motion system movement is like 310 by 310 millimeters. That's like the maximum amount of movement that can be made. Well, we'll see. Let's set this aside for now. Let's get this box out of the way. Found my 2.5 millimeter. I'll just put it back into the organizer before it gets lost. Get these out of the way. Done crimping with those. Get the chains out of the way. The backers. I'll just put the backers over here. Gentlemen, make some room to put the frame back on the desk. Oh, the size, so the bed was 305 millimeters square instead of 300 millimeters square. So that's why the PEI sheet's a tiny bit smaller. The magnet sheet was a tiny bit smaller. And I think, like I said, I think the total motion system movement available is about 310 millimeters. So that leaves like 2.5 millimeters available like on each side of the bed to sort of move around. All right, let's get this up here. Might get out of the way. Alright, how am I going to do this? I'm just going to kind of try to semi-organize the wiring. Only disadvantage about getting the Big Dipper board is that the printed parts don't have anything to fit the Big Dipper. So I'm going to have to wait to get a mount going for the Big Dipper until after I get the printer up and running. So it's just kind of going to be floating around underneath the printer while I get a mount made for it. So I'm going to turn this over here just so I can get some visibility. Oh yeah, what was that site or what was that search you said to look for to understand how I should be zip tying the Z belts? I tried looking for that. The Duet mount won't fit because it's actually a different size than the Duet boards. The Big Dipper is a combination of the Duet 3 Mini in addition to the Plus 2 driver expansion board. So it doesn't fit any existing Duet mounts. So I guess I was wondering the whole time when I was assembling this what this little channel up here is for that's like on the right side of the X carriage. And after getting the end stops installed and putting the wiring in, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's to put in the end stop wiring. So it's actually pretty nice. There's a slot for that there. Yeah, no, the Big Dipper is like an optimized clone. So it takes the two pieces and turns it into a single unit. Okay. And for now, I'm just going to drop the wiring down into the little hole at the bottom of the case. Just drop it in here. Drop the extruder motor wire in, or not the extruder, the B motor in. Take out the rubber band, drop in the A motor. I think that covers pretty much all of the wiring that's necessary up here. Okay. Let's flip off. Oh, gotta get the end stops in. Now let's flip it onto the back of the printer. Okay. So we got everything put onto the back. Let's move the lamp over here. little bit more light. Okay, so how am I going to put this all together? Another thing I wanted to check before I got too far along was I wanted to double check what is the... Oh, this wiring is so tangled now. Let's see, let's get this back out. What is the resistance rating of the thermistor, of the chamber thermistor? So let's see, let's find the... Get my meter over here. So I want to find the A ground and the CT line. So A ground is going to be this one. And I think CT, nope, that's part cooling fan. XN stop. Here we go, this red wire. So this plus this red wire should be the chamber thermistor. Should be roughly about 10K. Yep, and it's reading about 12K right now. Yeah, so the chamber thermistor is part of the HeartK PCB. The HeartK PCB has a chamber thermistor on the board, and so the board that Blue Roll supplies has a thermistor there already, and the wiring for that is this this CT line is for the chamber thermistor. That's this line right here is for the chamber thermistor. Yeah, so the Blue Rose kit includes the wiring harness that is compatible with the HeartK PCB, the Afterburner toolhead PCB. Okay, so that's measuring okay. Chamber thermistor was that. Oh, I wanted to measure make sure that my PT1000 is correct. So the PT1000 should read roughly about 1K. And it's reading 1082. Yeah, the kit came with a toolhead board. The kit came with, let's see, what's the nice stuff that it came with to make stuff easier? It came with like that, the power outlet upgrade. So it has this power, the fuse power outlet, or power input, the 2 keystone jacks here. It included the HeartK, the toolhead PCB. It included the micro switch PCB for the X and Y end stops. What else was interesting that it came with? I think that was it. Everything else is pretty standard, right? But yeah, it came with the HeartK board, which is pretty much like the quote-unquote standard V2 board. Let me pull my camera over. Go. So the kit would have come with a Pi 4, but I asked to have the Pi 4 taken out. I took the Pi 4 out, I took the Octopus board out, I took the 7 drivers out. So those 3 actually represented a discount of like $135 to take all those out. The Pi 4 being about $50. The Octopus and the 7 drivers it comes with is like another $60. How does that up to 135? There's something else. I don't remember. But yeah. Oh no, never mind. For my carrot feeder, I took out the the easy board, and that's like $20 off. Okay, let's pull my mouse over and let's see how am I supposed to mount some stuff. Yeah, they were really accommodating. I mean, I pinged them on AliExpress and I asked them, hey, can you guys make some adjustments to the kit for me? And they said, yeah, we'll do it. Okay, so I'll generally follow the same kind of structure that they made. Except I'm going to add a couple things. Let's see. This is going to be for my power rail. So I'll just put that down here maybe. Come on, get up here. It's hard. Oh, take these out first. Over here. So I'll use that for my power rail. So that's going to be the AC rail. Actually, I don't need 5, but so there's just going to be one for one spot's for input, one spot's going to go for the into the power supply, one spot's going to go into the bed heater, and 2 are pretty much free for me to do whatever I want to do with AC. I don't know what, but yeah, I was thinking maybe I want to do some stuff with a relay to switch also, but that'll come later. So I have a power distribution block for that. I think I want to do one more for 24 volt. Slap the power supply on first. So it takes the 2 inside pieces, flips inside, and 4x6. Bed away over here. So get the clips for the power supply out. I think I can do like a temporary mount with the this bigger piece. With this piece I can do a temporary mount of the Big Dipper board. These 2 holes will line up, but these 2 won't. So what I'll do is I might like wrap a little wire to temporarily just tie it into place so it can hold in place, and I can do some commissioning and maybe some basic printing while I wait for the new bottom panels to come in. So grab this and find some M4x6s. Yeah, I think Blue Rolls is a smaller shop, so they're much more accommodating about, you know, what they might do for their customers. I mean, I don't think they push as much volume as Formbot does. And 4x6 right here. So I can bend it for sure, but the problem is like this length is perfectly right. So it's not just bending, but it would have to stretch it a bit more. It would have to actually be stretched like, because the board is like maybe a centimeter or two wider. Let me get it up and get the board over here and you can see. Let's see, get this off. So the board is like this. Oh, it's the other way around. This is actually a little bit wider than the board. So actually this was not the right one I wanted to use. It's the other one. Yeah, they included a couple brackets, and so this one, these holes line up pretty well, but this one is about a centimeter. It's about a centimeter off. So I can work around this for now by just like tying a bit of wire in there. Just like this, and I'll tie a little bit of wire to keep the board together. And here's the Wi-Fi antenna. Just kind of hanging there. I think I'll take it off so that it doesn't tear off the connector. So that should be okay. And I'll just use it with 2 screws for now and a little bit of wire to hold it together. And that'll be good enough for me to use it for a couple days. Put the board down here, I guess. Power supply can go up there. Put the antenna away. So pull the power supply out, and this should take like, I think where'd my hex keys go? Oh, right behind me. I think this is probably a 2.5 millimeter for M4 button heads. Yeah, do it this way. Board out of the way for now. Put that up here. Let's get this side in. I hate how my hex keys got magnetized sometimes. that off roughly to here, to the very end. The board, let's see. By 8s, 2x10 self-tapping. Turn it off. These out. Get the self-tapping screws out. And get the 3x8s out. So I'm going to clip it up this way also. Phillips. Grab my screwdriver. Two by 10 self-tapping is so long. I'm not going to go all the way in. Because the threads go too far. Unless there's a thicker board. Or a thicker clip. That is interesting. I think they messed up in my kit a little bit. At least the printed kits, because there's these that have the short ends right there. And no, this is different. Yeah, this one's thicker, but it also has a bigger hole. This isn't for the M2s. So I guess I'll just have to use it as is like this. I guess it'll be okay if it extends out a bit. Shouldn't hit anywhere. And I'm going to look for some wire that I can use to just temporarily support the board. I think this might be okay. I'll use that. Cut this little GST bit off. I mean, this assembly I'm doing right now is temporary anyway because I have to wait for the composite panels to come in. And then once the composite panel comes in, then I'm going to do like the permanent assembly. So everything I'm doing for electronics right now is just going to come off later. Which way do I want this board to go? This way then. Here we go, ghetto knot tying. Simple square knot. Get that out of the way. Drop this in here to help strain and relieve the antenna wire. I'll just slide it over here. Okay, let's see what other wiring goodies they gave me. See how much can I do without any permanent connections. So is there a plan for me to connect these guys? Let's see, that's fuse. This is... So this should be the live side. So fuse, neutral, ground. Fuse, neutral, ground. And this should just be the switch. So they don't actually include that many spade connectors. Okay. But I have these. Actually, it's midnight. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah, I think I'll call it a day. I don't want to go too much further because I'm gonna keep going until I get the motors running if I don't stop now. So yeah, still, this is good progress. Just getting stuff connected enough so that I can do basic commissioning tests. Make sure that my motors are connected correctly. I have the right motor direction set up. But yeah, this is gonna be good enough. I'll stop here. Yeah, and I've been keeping you up way too late lately. It's already 2 a.m. for you. Get my mouse over here. So what was it that you said I should be searching for to look for how to zip tie the Z-belts? Because I was looking for that and I couldn't find it yet. I don't know where they have that documented or mentioned. I mean, working on other stuff, it's still late. 2 a.m. is pretty late. Voron Z-belt. Okay, let me find that. Third picture of this one, yeah. Open that up. But is he... Alright, let's take a look. Hey, he didn't show how he zip tied it. Darn guy. Oh, right arrow on the last picture? Ah. They don't have... I remember I did see someone like bundle it up really nicely. Like they wrapped up the... They wrapped up the excess belt somehow. And I don't remember how they did that. Because like, this doesn't show them wrapping it up and keeping it nice and neat and tidy. Back. All right. Anyway, I'll find someone that did it somewhere. I'll look for it on the Discord. And anyway, yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. Time to get to bed. You should get to bed too. And yeah, I think I'm gonna still try to keep on going with the wiring enough to do some basic commissioning tomorrow. Make sure like the fans work, make sure the extruder motor works. I'll probably try to run the hot end, get the heater up, get it heated, make sure that both the thermistors work okay, make sure, you know, check the AB motor movement and try to get the 4Z motors running, and then I'll try to test out the inductive probe to see how well that works. But yep, I think that's the plan for tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, have a good night. It is fun. I'm glad I have you hanging out with me. It's really cool. All right.